Good evening, Arizona. I'm Patti Kirkpatrick. We begin with a potential powder keg ready to explode on the Arizona-Utah border. Tonight, several of the most powerful men in the polygamous community of Colorado City, including the mayor, are being told to leave without their wives or children. And all of this on the same day two young girls tried to escape a lifestyle some call a pattern of abuse. Our Mike Watkiss just returned from Colorado City and joins us with this story. Mike?
Yeah, Patty, this really is a bombshell in the polygamous community of Colorado City. Some of the most prominent men in that town now defrocked of their religious powers, large families being taken apart like children's toys, and all the while some of the real victims of polygamy, young girls and women, still fighting desperately to break free.
Going to get some kids, keep them safe.
It was a midnight run up on the rugged Arizona Strip last night as Phoenix resident and well-known anti-polygamist activist Flora Jessup, skirting past Colorado City under a dark desert sky, en route to a secret meeting at a so-called safe house, a place where two young 16-year-old girls were reportedly hiding after fleeing from their polygamous households. Why are these kids running from Colorado City?
Because it's the only chance they have to live.
I want to go to school and get an education.
You want to get an education? How much education have you had thus far?
Probably like to 7th grade.
You're a runaway at this point.
I am.
You're a runaway.
Yeah.
16-year-old Fawn Broadbent and her 16-year-old friend Fawn Holm, two teenagers who share not only the same name, but also a fierce desire to escape their polygamous backgrounds. Especially, they say, the part about the arranged marriages between young girls and older, already married polygamous men.
I don't want to become some 50-year-old man's wife or something like that.
The very kind of marriages frequently performed, according to critics, by Colorado City's polygamous prophet Warren Jeffs, a man who, since taking power last year, has become increasingly paranoid and unpredictable, according to his many critics, as evidenced, according to those critics, by this past weekend, when Warren Jeffs reportedly stripped Colorado City's longtime mayor Dan Barlow and some 20 other prominent town leaders of all of their religious authority, ordering those once powerful men to give up all of their plural wives, their children, and to get out of town.
In the end, bloodshed is going to be running through the streets of Colorado City.
It's looking more and more like there's going to be violence. The families are getting broken apart.
I think he's doing wrong, ruining people's lives, trying to get control of everyone.
And this apparent power grab, certainly the topic of discussion everywhere we went up on the Utah-Arizona border last night, all of which just added more incentive to Flora Jessup to get two more girls out before the teenagers could be returned to polygamist authorities.
My aim is to get these kids to safety ASAP.
And Patty, last time we checked, Flora and the two young girls had made it here to the Valley of the Sun. We don't know what their plans are. Flora is concerned that she may ultimately face kidnapping charges. We will, of course, follow that development. And for his part, Dan Barlow, the longtime mayor of Colorado City, has not only lost his priesthood, he's also resigned as mayor. We've had a great many dealings with Dan Barlow over the years. This is a real power vacuum up there. It's a volatile situation. We will be keeping our eyes on it. We know law officers in both Arizona and Utah are doing the same.
Thank you very much for that, Mike.